And as the warm-up gets underway, let's get you started with a look at the South Bay, the city of San Jose, here on this Tuesday morning. It is June the 17th. This is Today in the Bay.
From NBC Bay Area, this is Today in the Bay.
Good Tuesday morning. Thanks very much for joining us. I'm Sam Brock.
And I'm Laura Garcia Cannon. A developing story this morning as President Obama weighs his options for Iraq. Under the News tab on the homepage, or just search Iraq.
A state proposal aimed almost 6:06 on your Tuesday morning, and it's time for your microclimate forecast. First, a live picture of the Golden Gate Bridge. Everything looking clear out there. Let's see how the rest of the Bay Area is doing. Checking with meteorologist Christina Loren.
Nice start to our day out there, Christina.
Yeah, it is nice out there.
6:12 on your Tuesday. Here are today's top stories. Sunni militants are back on the offensive in Iraq, raiding a police station northeast of Baghdad. The militants were apparently trying to free prisoners, but were stopped by pro-government militiamen.
Dual tornadoes that touched down in a small town in Nebraska killed a 5-year-old and injured at least 19 people. More than half of the town was wiped out. The National Guard is coming in to help with the cleanup.
And faith leaders from across the Bay Area planning on submitting a petition today to San Francisco's Archbishop, urging him to cancel his appearance at a rally supporting traditional marriage. Archbishop Salvatore Cordileone is scheduled to appear at a March for Marriage rally in Washington, D.C. on Thursday. A nice story now. A San Jose State football player who barely escaped an apartment fire says he hopes to be back on the gridiron this upcoming season. It's remarkable. Jared Leaf was in the hospital for more than a month. Part of that time, he was in a medically induced coma. He says the whole experience has made him appreciate life even more. Leaf grew up in Martinez and he went to Alhambra High School. Laura, you were saying you remembered when
I remember
happened.
Covering that story in the morning because we had, a fire down there. We knew that one student had, gotten out, and then he called his roommate who was still inside. And so it's nice to see his face now, and we're wishing him the best in his recovery as well. It's nice to see the other side of the story as well.
Amazing. From coma to come back, potentially.
Exactly.
Quite an effort there.
Hope he's doing okay. So much. Well, a lot of eyes will be on 49ers tight end Vernon Davis this morning.
Spectacular athlete to begin with, but this is for a different reason. Davis wants a new contract. You're actually looking at
Maybe
a
he could buy a
military
tank.
auction. He's a pretty wealthy guy, and we understand that these tanks are on auction. Bob Riddell has been reporting that for $300,000. There's Vernon Davis. Okay, he is taking some heat right now. The reason that he is that he's not attending the team's voluntary workouts so far this offseason. The start of a mandatory 3-day minicamp is about to unfold, and yesterday, Davis wrote in Sports Illustrated that he wants what he's worth. Keep in mind, this is a man who just signed a major contract a few years ago. He suggested he may miss the start of today's camp, which would officially qualify him as a holdout. No one wants that word associated with him if you're a football player.
One to watch. Certainly.
Yeah, a lot of people looking to see what the pay grade is going to be for the tight ends after his contract comes through.
For what he's worth, he says. All right.
Whatever that may be. 6:19 right now on Tuesday morning. Still ahead on Today in the Bay. A different kind of hardware is about to hit the auction block. You got a hint just a second ago. It's something, well, maybe you've seen it before just now on our airwaves. Bob Riddell has an exclusive look at the local auction that's letting you bid on military tanks, even a Scud missile.
Assuming you have a deep enough pocket.
This is probably going to be $500,000 to $600,000 cash.
In Portola Valley, Bob Riddell, Today in the Bay.
Better call cash call, Bob. Well, the Littlefield collection goes on the block July 11th and 12th. Pieces are expected to fetch anywhere from several thousand to well over $1 million. You can learn more on our website, NBCBayArea.com. Just search tanks. You got room in your garage for one of those?
I do not have a garage, but I would say, does Bob have room on his credit card or the corporate card for that? I don't know how the bosses would feel about the $500,000
I don't know.
tab. But
maybe we can hitch a ride, though.
Ask for forgiveness and not permission, I think is the expression there. 6:26 right now on your Tuesday morning. Still ahead, should your status update send you to prison? Coming up, the showdown between free speech and Facebook posts going down at the Supreme Court right now. Next. When do threatening comments cross the line from free speech to a crime? That is the question the Supreme Court is taking on in a case that could affect anyone who goes on a social media rant. Today in the Bay's Tracy Potts joins us live on Capitol Hill. Tracy, this doesn't sound innocuous. The case stems from a man who threatened to kill his wife in a Facebook post.
and school shootings and initiating school shootings. The Supreme Court is going to have to sift through all of that and decide whether or not he has a First Amendment right to protected speech. Sam?
A huge precedent to be set. Thank you very much, Tracy.
He's the best. Thank you.
And you're Amy Gutierrez.
And don't forget it. That's nice when Willie knows your name. He's kind of like a great ambassador for the Giants as well.
He is. He's a senior advisor. I want to be a senior fan. How do we get those titles?
One day we will be.
We'll see where things stack up. 6:40 right now on your Tuesday morning. Coming up, surveillance on sidewalks and in neighborhoods. The Bay Area city that wants to step up security with new cameras and tracking technology.
15 minutes of continuous news, weather, and traffic on Today in the Bay.
A developing story of international import. The world is watching President Obama, waiting to see what action he will take in Iraq as militants ramp up their murderous march toward the city of Baghdad. Today in the Bay's Chris Sanchez is monitoring the latest developments. Chris, no less tense today than it was a day ago. Faith leaders from the Bay Area plan to submit a petition today to San Francisco's Archbishop, urging him to cancel his appearance at a rally supporting traditional marriage. Archbishop Salvatore Cordileone is scheduled to appear at a March for Marriage rally in Washington, D.C. on Thursday. Local Catholics, as well as leaders like Lieutenant Governor Gavin Newsom, San Francisco's Mayor Ed Lee, and Senator Mark Leno sent him letters urging him not to attend. It's an evolving discussion on privacy versus security. If you live, work, or drive through Fremont, you could soon have more eyeballs on you. Tonight, city leaders could decide whether to install up to a dozen surveillance cameras throughout that city. Here are some of the potential locations. Almost all of them are right by a major highway. Today in the Bay, Stephanie Trong is live in Fremont, where there could be extra eyes on the road, including Stephanie's this morning. Stephanie, what's the latest? The 21-year-old is one of 5 German-American players on the U.S. roster. Here's why this gets really interesting now. Somebody here at this table has already gone out and said Germany is the pick. You're laughing. Is that?
They're pretty strong.
Was
They're pretty strong.
I'm not implicating you per se. But.
No, they look really, really good. And yeah, if I was a betting woman, and I'm not, that's where my money would go. But I'm really happy to see USA sticking with it.
Right. That was a great game yesterday, if you've had a chance to catch any of them at all. I think Mexico plays today.
We're all rooting for Team USA also, of course. Let that be reflected on the record. Meantime, Delta Airlines is apologizing this morning after sending out an inaccurate tweet congratulating the U.S. team.
Yeah, take a look at it. On the left of your screen is a picture of the Statue of Liberty with number 2, and on the right, a picture of a giraffe with number 1, representing each company in the final score of the match. But the problem here, there are no giraffes in Ghana. After major backlash on Twitter, the airline took down the tweet. It's since issued now 2 apologies, probably just sticking to flying.
I feel like that's kind of an honest mistake, right? Did you know that there were no giraffes in Ghana?
We're all human. We're all human.
And we're not zoologists. Okay?
No.
6:59 right now. We're going to be back with you with more news, weather, and traffic coming up at 7:25 with the live local news updates.
And join us for NBC Bay Area News at 11 a.m. as well. Have a great day.